Hey guys, it's me and my Cooper. The realities of life. I can't even say this is the realities of van life. I guess the van life is my life right now. But I'm just down. And I want to apologize. The last couple of videos, to be honest with you, I've been trying really, really hard. To not be down, not to be sad. Airplane. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, all my life I've struggled with depression. It's not a new thing for me at all. It did intensify after the car accident, and it gave a different feeling, and I also got anger. I do have a diffuse axonal brain injury, and it causes a difference in your emotions, and it's hard to say what's from what, because like I said, I did struggle from depression my whole life. And sometimes I just don't know it's like no matter what you do, you can't get out of it. It's not that normal state of, hey, I feel sad or something made me sad. It's it doesn't matter. Everything can be fine. And you just have this deep root feeling of just utter sadness. And it's not something you can get over. I've had people tell me that. I've had family members say that. I get a lot of the dismissive marks. I think that people that don't understand or have never had that struggle with depression, it is a struggle. I've never had a struggle with addiction, but I'm sure that people that have that struggle, it's a struggle. I can't relate to everything, but I can sympathize with others with their things. And I know that this shall pass. But the reality is I'm just down, and I'm trying to get myself up. And I've been wanting to see the kids so much for so long. Because truthfully, sorry, now my face itches. Truthfully, I didn't know if I was going to be able to see them again, like physically see them, because of my eyesight with my vision. I'm sorry, I'm near the airport, and it's you can probably hear the planes going by, so my apologies. So I am so glad that I got to actually physically see all three of my kids so far, and that's great. And they're all doing well. They all seem to be happy and doing good. And as a mother, as a parent, as somebody that cares for somebody else, I want that. I want that for them. I do. And I'm so glad that they are. And you know, I guess I want it for me too. And I'm okay. I mean, I do have a roof over my head. Yes, it's a struggle trying to figure out where you're going to go. You know, van life adds a whole new set of obstacles. It just does. You're going to figure out where to go, what you're going to do, where you're going to stay, how far you're going to drive, how you're going to afford it. But you know what, though? You have those similar decisions, maybe not those specific decisions. You know, in day-to-day life, whether you're in a sticks and bricks or whether you're in something mobile, you have decisions to make. I don't know whether to go north to be cooler, south back to Florida to just kind of go down there and get the things that I need to get because I still don't know where my wallet is. It's in limbo. Or stay still, stay here. It's getting warmer and humid. It's on the East Coast. But I mean, let's face it, it's June. Of course it's warmer. It's gonna be warm anywhere I go. Or do I want to head west? The problem is no matter what, I have to go back to Florida at some point. Now, I don't have to sit there right now and be crazy hot. But if I went back, it's familiar. It's what I know is familiar. To be honest, I mean, I'm honestly in a place right now that, in the county that I lived in for a decade. So it should be pretty familiar. And have you just ever had that feeling of just wanting to run, but not knowing where to run to? It's like I get those feelings when I get sad. And to be honest, right now, that's not... sounds weird that I say this. I don't have that feeling. I just have the sadness. I don't have a feeling of wanting to run. Maybe it's because I don't know where to go. One of the things that the car accident did is it impaired my ability to make decisions. I can't, and it gets very hard to make a decision. It's almost like I've become extremely overwhelmed, and then I get upset, and then I get nervous, and then I get anxiety, and then I get sad, and then I get down on myself, and then I get mad at myself because I can't. And it could be something stupid. What do you want to eat? I don't know. And it truly is. I don't know. You know, please tell me to decide between chicken or steak. I still couldn't decide. That's the thing. It's like sometimes I can't decide. You know, why is your favorite color blue? I don't know. I just think it's pretty. I don't know. I'm rambling right now, and I know that I am. I think I'm rambling because I was just sitting here in the parking lot, and I don't know which way I'm going to go. I knew that I had wanted to go to Greenville, and I knew that I was going to Savannah, and I knew that I was going to see the kids, and I was going to go by my grandparents. And I've done all that. I didn't anticipate the wallet. I don't know. I get confused. I feel limited. I feel a little trapped. And I feel scared. And I feel like I need to shake it off. And I wish I could just shake it off. And I will literally try to shake my head to shake it off, and it doesn't work. And then I look at Cooper, and I'm like, he just deserves so much more. Just so much more. But at the same time, I'm like, but he has a great life, honestly. He gets to go outside and get all the new smells in different places and explore different areas and meet different people or go play with different dogs and go on lots of different walks. Honestly, the dog probably is outside running around and doing more things than he would ever be if I was in an apartment or in a house and just doing that. Because what would I do then? Honestly, when you're depressed, all you want to do is just sit. You don't want to do anything. It's not like you get joy or happiness from doing something. I know they say, and the thing is you do have to push yourself to do things. You know, you do. You do. Because if you don't, you become catatonic. You just sit there. I know I do. At least this, I can't just sit there, because you can't just sit in the same spot all day, because you just can't. Unless, of course, I got a site. And that's the thing, is I was looking at maybe getting like a campsite. But the problem is that costs money, and I don't have money. And And I'm like, you know what, I just don't know the next step. And I don't know, I was hoping, I guess I just really wanted to feel great after seeing everybody and seeing the kids and all. I wanted that. I can see myself in the mirror, and I can see myself now on the camera, and I feel like these lines, I feel like one of those puppets, but I feel like a very sad puppet, and I don't want to be a sad puppet. I want to be a happy puppet. But I'm having a really hard time turning those lines into the, oh, that's kind of creepy. Oh, God. Oh, man, I'm just talking it through it, so I don't even know if I'll post this. Part of me feels like I should, because it keeps me accountable. There's the highs and the lows. But then I'm like, well, nobody wants to listen to you just whine. And what are you whining about? Nothing's happened. Nothing bad has happened. I mean, yeah, we all know about the wallet, and we all know what happened and all that, but that's, you know, there's just something that's fine. That's not what's dragging me down. The truth is that nothing has happened. I got to see my kids. I got to come and see them. I've been able to have a comfortable place with my van, and, you know, I'm fine. I'm fine and I'm not fine. And I don't know how to fix the part that's not. And I'm hoping that through the lifestyle, I can. Because depression on the road sucks more than being depressed at home. It just does. I guess maybe it's not as convenient. maybe it's probably better for me in the long run to be on the road, because at home you can close the door. I mean, here, honestly, I could just not turn on the camera. I could not nothing, and I could sit in my van and keep moving and not talk to anybody. And, you know, it's just, I'm trying to feel happiness again. And I feel joy before. I never felt ecstatic, though. It was never like I felt like, wow, you know. I mean, I've had times where things have been great, sure. But I've had a lot of times where things have been sad or bad. And there's been, yes, I know I've seen therapists and all that in my time, and they've, honestly, everybody would say it's circumstantial, it's depression, it's complex PTSD, it's PTSD. There's a lot of, you know, everything from childhood trauma to adult trauma to a brain injury to just mental illness. It is there. And I'm hoping that, and part of this journey is to try to heal within nature. Maybe this is me trying to want to breathe, if that makes sense. And I don't know if breathe is the right word for it. Just try to survive. You know, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, who can I call? I got nobody. You know, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, well, maybe I can go to lunch with somebody. Nobody. We don't need to bark at the lady. Sorry. Yeah. So I guess I'm feeling a little lonely. I separated myself from even having a relationship years ago. I was in a serious relationship. I've had a few serious relationships in my life, and honestly, and I love them. It's not like I haven't loved people. I have. But the last serious one, when it ended, and I was hurt, I just had no desire to let my body get hurt like that again. And sometimes I think, if you would let somebody else in, now, where am I going to find somebody that's going to be interested in just, hey, hop on in? I feel like it's like a reverse side of the Candyman. Pull up in my white van and just grab a guy. Oh, God. And have my dog in. Oh, man. But you know what? I shut that out. I shut out having a relationship for years. Why? Why did I shut it out? Because I didn't want to get hurt. Because the pain is so bad. When you truly love somebody and your heart is completely broken, it's so bad. You don't want to go through it again. I didn't. But now I'm like, it would just be, I loved being in a relationship. I loved having that companion and somebody to be like, what do you want to do this weekend? Somebody that was in your corner that wanted to do something with you on the weekend. That was awesome. I think I missed that. I really do. I don't know how easy that will ever be to find on the road, and it may not happen. What am I going to do? They don't have a app, a van life dating app. Well, they might. Who knows? But even that can get sketchy. You never know. And then to have somebody understand that I want to see things. I want to get out there. And then there's that side of me that goes, Bev, give it time. It's what the doctors told me over and over and over again. And truthfully, I fought it and I fought it and I fought it. And I am getting better. I'm not me, and I don't think the person I was before the accident, I don't know if I ever will be again. But I know that I noticed small improvements over where I was when the accident had happened. I also noticed things that have gotten worse. The sadness, the depression, and the anger. I've never had depression with anger. And I'm not talking like extreme anger, like I don't want to hurt, I don't want to hurt anything, myself or anybody else. I just am mad. I'm mad sometimes when I'm going through things. I feel like it's unfair. But what's fair? Who knows? I guess, you deal with the hand you're dealt. And I'm just trying to make the best of it. And I'm sorry I'm repeating this. I'm just giving myself my own talk therapy. And you know what though? Here's the thing. This channel, it says it right in my description. It's also a channel for healing. It's in the self-discovery. I need to heal. It's been a long time. I didn't allow myself to. And it's not just physically. I'm trying every day to improve physically. But it's mentally, it's emotionally, it's cognitive. It's just everything. Anyway, any of y'all got any ideas on which way I should go? What do you think? So, I'm just kind of limited. I'm going to be limited. I'm limited anyway. Even if I had everything and my whole wallet and everything was great, I'm still limited. It's not like I'm going to get my wallet and be like, well, I'm rich. That doesn't work that way. I haven't figured, if anybody knows how to make that happen. Any suggestions? So, I do have to be back in Sarasota in the middle and the end of July. So now it's when do I head back there? And if it's going to be not until, after June, where should I head now? Where should I go? Where should I stay? What should I do? Then how am I going to get there? I'm better now that I've talked for 20 minutes about feeling bad. Now I feel better. about it. See? It's free talk therapy, I'm telling you. Talk to yourself, people. I mean, mental health is a real thing. It just is. No matter, it's just as much of a serious issue as anything else. You know, I mean, it sucks that I don't have that support. You know, but I do encourage anybody else that might be feeling down or sad to reach out. Maybe reach out to somebody, maybe do something that you enjoy. I've tried those things. I can preach everything, but I can't always follow my own advice. I'll be honest. You know how it is. It's kind of one of those, like, you know, do as I say, not as I do. Oh, we can all give advice, but sometimes taking it is the hardest thing. Taking our own advice. I think sometimes, and here's something you can tell yourself. If you're sad or you're down or you're going through something, try to take a step back and think of if this was a friend coming to you and being completely real and honest with them about how you feel, or, you know, if they were that way with you, if they were completely honest and real on how they felt, what would you say to them? How would you approach it? How would you try to give them that bout of encouragement and positive affirmations and sense of self-worth? Because that's what it is. I mean, your self-worth tanks. It just tanks. Yeah, how do you got to think of, what do you say? What would you want to say? Sometimes you don't know what to say. It doesn't matter. Sometimes it doesn't matter what you say. But sometimes it does. You know? One of these days, I swear, I'm going to actually do my hair. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that I would start a YouTube channel, get some subscribers, get the van. You know, I've been wanting to travel forever. I mean, I had hoped that, you know, I still would rather be working, making money, and, you know, all that instead. But it is what it is. I was in a car accident. This is what I'm doing. So, yeah, who would have thought? Life has a way of throwing curveballs. I've been ducking and dodging and weaving. Now I'm starting to swing. We're gonna swing. That doesn't sound right. I'm sorry, my brain is just not working. And then I get a headache. And I've been getting headaches a lot lately. And I've been getting a lot of vertigo. So they'll probably rescan my head. I'm sure when I get back to Florida. Because it's been coming a lot lately. And I'm sure maybe everything's just fine. Maybe it's just because it's been hot. Well, I mean, I hope everything's fine. But anyhow, I just wanted to talk to myself. And talk to you guys, because I do want you guys to know that I am sorry that my videos haven't been as happy, positive, fun lately. And I'm hoping that I'll step it up, and the next one will be, I did take some footage when we went to the park. And you'll see the same green shirt. I swear it's going to be like all three of these videos are the same. Or I look the same, but they're not the same. Anyway. Oh boy. It is what it is. Nose itches. Well, thanks for listening to me ramble. I appreciate it. You know, like I said, This channel will probably be a variety of things. I don't know exactly what all it will be. So we'll just figure it out. I know, like I said, there'll be van stuff and road life and content and van life, and there's probably going to be stuff about the depression and nature and maybe healing. I mean, I'm not going to be like kumbaya-ing out there in the forest with some rocks and trees, and I mean, maybe that's the ticket. Maybe that's what I need to do. So maybe I should take that back. I might do that. I mean, I guess I gotta find the right. I wouldn't know how to do it. But let me just say, and look at me now, and then think of how I was when I first started this video, because I could see myself in the mirror. I keep saying mirror, the phone, and I'm okay. I am okay. But when I first got on here, I wasn't okay. And it becomes so intense. And then that'll go on during the day, and then it's like, well, I didn't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. You just don't want to anything. I don't want to make something to eat. I don't want to go take a walk. I don't want to, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You don't want to anything. No matter what it is. My legs are sticking to the bottom of the seats because the seats that I have in this van are that, I'm sure they're fake leather, so I'm gonna call them leather, you know, plastic leather. I mean, they might be vinyl. Maybe they're vinyl. You know, one thing I haven't done? I haven't gone into my glove box since the day I bought the van. Everything that was on my old vehicle, or my old van, the minivan that I was using for the year before, I just threw in the glove box, as well as a bunch of papers that I got from actually the dealership that I should probably take out of there. And anything else that was in the car that I just wanted to hold on to, I threw in the glove box. But I've just never gone back in to the glove box to organize it, go through it, see what's in there, see what, if I need it or not, throw it away, stuff I don't need. It just became like the catch-all, and I just know what's in there. Well, I don't really know what all is in there, but I just know whatever was in the other one is in there. So I guess it's in there. Oh goodness, depression is real, man. It's real, and I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't, not just for me, but for anybody else. Because this feeling it's so bad. It's just so bad. Not right now. Right now I'm okay. And that's what I mean by, it's just, to me that's strange that I go so far down. And it's not like I'm swinging from a high to a low. Not at all. It's like I'm going from a level to a deep sadness, to a level to a deep sadness. And sometimes that deep sadness will stay for hours or days or minutes. But it's very deep. And then I just go back to, you know, okay, let's do this. You know, I try to push myself to try to be happy, or to try to fake it, you know, and I'm trying to find natural happiness, and I think that's the whole point of this journey. Yeah, because I've always wanted to see these things. And so then I say, well, just go out west, go. You can find a place to stay, just go. How do you do that right now? I gotta concrete a few things, I think. I'm thinking so I'm torn. I'm confused. Okay, maybe you guys can help me out with this. Here's the thing. I think that fall is my favorite season, hands down. And I haven't ever been into New England in the fall, but I hear it's beautiful, and I know that I've been in Virginia and stuff like that when the trees were changing. I lived in Maryland for years, so I know what that's like. But to go do all of New England in the fall, I think would just be spectacular. Especially for somebody that's been living in Florida for the last 8 years. to go and see like Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut, Rhode Island, all of them. See some covered bridges, go see the coastlines, go see the trees, go up to the White Mountains, go like to that summit, the Conch Railroad or something like that. Anyway, so many things. So I really think that would be fun to do in the fall. But when am I going to go out west? I really want to go west. And then I go, well, what about like the Upper Peninsula of, Michigan or something like that? Maybe that should be the ticket. Or maybe just go over to Oregon. That I want to see. Or go to see Utah and Bryce's Canyons and go see the things that you really want to see. Because the truth is, when I went to Greenville, I wanted to see Greenville. I still want to go back to Greenville. And so here's the thing. I do want to get the max air fan in, and I want to do that between now and my eye injections. That is in North Carolina that I'm going to have that done. So I'm in Maryland now. North Carolina is obviously south. And then Florida again for the eye things. But I've also wondered about maybe going and getting the fan, and instead of driving, maybe I'd just fly back for my injections and then fly back to wherever my vehicle is, if it's cost effective, instead of driving it again back and forth. And then I'm like, I don't know. I guess in my mind I keep thinking that when I head a certain direction, I have to stay there for a length of time. I mean, I know some people, they take a road trip for 2 weeks and they come back. And maybe I have to look at it like that. But that's more expendable income. You know what I mean? And I don't have that. I don't have that. Maybe I need to start a Patreon or something. I don't know. Maybe sell feet pictures. But I don't think I have cute feet, so that might not go well either. I'm not artsy, so no chance of me making anything, or I don't paint, and I'm not, you know what I mean? I like to clean, but I can't clean anything that has me, bent over, like, doing dishes or scrubbing toilets and stuff like that now, because, that pain in my back. Unreal. Unreal. So, do I head to Florida again and just deal with the heat? Maybe go get the max air fan put in and then go back down to Florida. Just the thought of being in Florida, though, in July, it's not an exciting thought. So, I'm trying to kind of work it out. Where should I go between here, now, or just do here now? Just stay. But I mean, I lived here for a decade. I lived here most of my life, but then in this county, I lived for over a decade. Should I go north? Maybe I should go do Maine now. And just see, not see New England in the fall, but just go on up. I've done Maine in the summer, and I've done Maine in the spring. I have not done Maine in the fall, but I think that's the prime time. I could be wrong. But I just think it'd be pretty. It'd be cool. Maybe I just need a plan. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it doesn't have to be set in stone, but maybe I just need to have a little bit better of a plan, and maybe I just feel right now that I don't have a plan. So, because even here, I was trying to look around to see where I could go, camp that's cheap or free, that's local, similar kind of, and where we could go here in Maryland, maybe Western Maryland, maybe a state park, maybe a campground, or just even go explore a place, find a place that, I can park at night, watch over. Overlander is great. You're going to have all of the little, you can put in different locations. It's not everywhere. But, you just try to make it work. And just try to find a place to stay. I think I'm new to the lifestyle in the sense that, honestly, yes, I did do it for the last year in a minivan. But in fairness, in full transparency, most of that was done in the same town, Sarasota, and Bradenton, and Venice, in Florida. And I went between the different Cracker Barrels, Walmarts, etc. And I just knew my routine in the parks. I knew where to go and when to go and where to fill up. And it was kind of like I was thriving living in a car. And it sounds weird, but it was true. I knew my doctors, and my doctors and all were there. Cooper had the daycare there. Here it's not like that. I mean, I know where there's a daycare at, and I could do things, but I don't know. Well, I guess I gotta figure it out still. Yeah. So, should I head up north now? Should I head south? Should I head to the mountains maybe in North Carolina and South Carolina and hang out there for a bit, or even Maryland, and mountains of Maryland, and then down, and then head down to Florida to go see the doctors, and then head out. And then when I head out of Florida, that's the big thing. Am I gonna just go west? Because part of me really wants to go west. Because all of the great, now not all the national parks, but the ones that I really, really want to see are to the west. Now, but that would be July. And that gives me a little bit of time before it gets cold. I mean, it would be really hot. So it'd be basically August, September. And then depending, because it's going to start to cool down. And I don't mind being in Florida through, December, January, February time frame. But also, I'd like to check out Arizona, because I think that's going to be cool. Decisions. Anybody else out there that's watching this that's nomadic, throw in some hints and some ideas, maybe some suggestions. Maybe, hey, where did you go the first time? I actually even thought maybe what I should do is look up other YouTubers. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be van life. It can be an RV life or whatever. But just to see the areas they went like a year ago or 6 months ago or the fall of whatever, just to get ideas. Because I got to do it on a budget. I don't have expendable income to just blow. So we're going to figure out how to travel on a tight budget. And maybe just try to be happy. Yeah. That'd be cool. Alright, well, I guess I'll get off here now, because maybe I should take Cooper for a walk. And it is getting darker. I mean, it's not dark by any stretch. It's just getting darker. It is now 7:24. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And maybe I'll watch this again. It's been 40 minutes. Oh my God, I'm getting off. All right, I am going to go take Cooper for a walk. Bye.